Howdy all, and welcome to part 25 of my playthrough series of Conan Exiles. In this particular episode, I'm going to take you through the new base that I built up here just outside of Sepemeru, which is over in that direction, and start putting in some of the Grandmaster crafting stations that I've finally been able to learn how to build. Get out of this view, and you can see that I am level 57. I came out of the Black Keep, which was the last episode, at level, I think level 56, which gave me most of the Grandmaster. Well, 55 gives you most of them, 56 gives you one that you have to wait for, and I can't remember which that is. Maybe, no, it's not Tannery, because that would be under smithing. Anyway. You have to get up to 57 to get to Carpenter. And so I went out and did just a little bit of hunting around, took Bav with me, didn't die, and leveled up to 57. So, as I mentioned before, way back when we ran up to get the Sumerian Berserker, maybe? We went up towards the Mound of the Dead for some reason. So we rode past this on the back side of it, and I mentioned how I had built all of this. I used, as I said, about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of this was built with the stuff that I actually crafted at the crafting station or picked up at various chests. The rest of it was actually made using basically the cheat. If you go into the admin, you make yourself admin, you can enter creative mode, as they call it, which is right here, and basically build with no cost. You don't need materials. You can, infinite number of anything you need, as long as you've learned how to do it. But for this, to build all of the crafting stations, so, there we go. You can see Bav is loaded up with some stuff that I'll need. Where's your inventory? Kuro Akama is loaded up with tons of stuff. I have some things on me. I think I've got everything on me that I'll need to build the crafting stations, but I'm not entirely sure. I may wind up having to skip one or two until I can get back to the main base. Alright, so down here, I'll show you over there, you can see there's the corpse of a jaguar. It spawns basically right here and then just wanders around this area. I might put a foundation down here to just stop it. I'm going to need some stone for something. I'm going to need 300 stone, and I don't have a pick in one of my spots. So we'll take care of that. One of the nice things about this base is that there's all kinds of ironstone around here. There's coal all around here. And even more so if you just go off in that direction. You've got all kinds of shellbacks down in there on an island in this pond that you can harvest meat to get grilled steaks so that you can feed your followers until they reach level 20, in which case you might want to change the food out to something like gruel, because they won't advance any further. Bav is only level 11, so I got plenty of grilled steak in my future. 488. I got way more than I need. Alright. So I built the stairs out of the Turanian set and put in those cool bullheads. Now, I think this looks really neat as an entryway to get up. Then there are actually a dual set of doors into this sort of foyer, whatever you want to call it, entry platform. There's another door here that's going to go out to, or that goes out to the landscape, and that is the tavern for this building. And I'll show you that. Big Turanian gate. Really like the look of this. All of the foundation pieces here are reinforced stone, I think. Let me bring up... right. There we go. Building pieces, it is... Yeah, reinforced stone. You know, that look there. So the main gate just opens up onto this big area, which is going to be where all of the crafting stations are. You see, it's big enough to handle literally anything I want to put in here and more. I built this platform to put a Sepulchre of Set on. One, because it kind of looks cool. Two, this is about the only religion that I interact with or have any plans to interact with, because you can get some really cool things. You can make some cool things here at the Sepulchre of Set, including the Set antidote and eventually the arrows, the poison arrows that are made from straightening out snakes like in the Conan movie. All right, and there is the actual base building itself, made mostly of Argosian with a little bit of storm glass for windows and such. I put in 2 fountains here where you can get a drink. Well, you can get a drink out of these. I guess because I'm loaded up it didn't. Oh, I'm sorry, just one over here. Because unlike my base, which is right on the river, you know, you'd have to run all the way down to, you know, that pond down there to get a drink if you needed, or to, you know, refill your water skin. Put some statues up here. Again, Argosian statues. The observatory doors, I really like these, and the observatory doorways. So this main room here, I'm not really sure. You know what? I don't think I need Kuroakum to be following me around the building. I don't need Bav either, but why not? I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this big main room. It might be filled with seating for all of the crafters if I decide I want to turn on the... Okay. Oh, no, I didn't want to enter creative mode. Get out of there. Settings. If I want to turn on living settlements. There we go. Wow. Took me a while to remember that. So where your crafters and your NPCs will wander around the base, try to find places to sit down, to eat, to rest, although I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that. Sticking with the first floor here, this is going to be where the stoves, you know, cooking and so on. This may actually be where I put most of my seating. You know, basically just a big expanded dining area for them all to sit down at. This is going to be sorcery and alchemy. And I built it as a tower. You get these great views out of the desert, heading up to the highlands and the volcano, back around to Sepemeru. You know, it just, I really like this this tower walkway thing here. Very cool. And this spiral staircase is also part of the observatory expansion to the Argosian set. Now you can see the rooms here are a little bit lopsided. You know, this is pretty much even on both sides. But then we get down here and you can see the doorways are offset. Part of that is to get the stairs here, but you notice, you know, that extends out and then it comes back in here. There are building restrictions, and this is running right up against it. I couldn't add anything further out than this, because I'd be running into building restrictions where Sepemeru is. Like, that looks like it'd be really cool to build up on that plateau right over there. You can't. It's too close to Sepemeru. So that's why the shape of the building is a little lopsided. So we go upstairs. You know, this is going to be bedroom, office, so on. Got a nice balcony overlooking the work area. And then a sort of balcony overlooking the dining area, but that's also open to either side. Well, open to one side. Again, because of the slightly lopsided shape of the building. Now, if I do turn on living settlements, I guess I would have to build this as an actual walled-in staircase and put a door there to keep. I guess I could go up there. I could just when I put a bed up there and a chair, desk, and so on, I can just set it so that they can't access the bed or the chair. They could probably still wander up there, and then they just wander back down because there's nothing for them to do. Otherwise, I'd have to actually build this into an enclosed staircase and put a doorway and a door right here. I'm not sure I want to do that, if I want to allow them to come in here and sit down and eat and so on. Alright, now we're going to head back out here. Out to the outside. On both sides I have these sort of bays that stick out. Here, again, I'm using some of the Argosian Observatory double height open, they're not really doorways, you can't put doors on them, passageways, which I think looks really cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here, if anything. Stables. Built some stables for horses. I might even actually put some of the pets in here too. And then I built over here, mostly out of flotsam and stable, my tavern. Which already has somebody in it. So, because I already have a barkeep, can't interact with that person, and this is a Stygian Fighter 1. No thanks. Alright, who's laughing? Somebody in the bar was laughing. That's really cool. Nope. Even though you can't see their weapons, oftentimes they have weapons, and that means you just can't interact with them. Oh, there's somebody who looks like a prowler. Yeah, that's a prowler. So, nope. And nope. Which, see, it's got mostly a flotsam-type sail awnings roof. I really like these Turanian braziers. Those are really cool. And then it's got this big balcony out here overlooking the pond, the backside of Clail's stronghold. Relic Watcher Rise, I think that's called. Oh, I got a... What do we got? We got a Taskmaster 1. Okay. No thanks. That's something I didn't consider. I got to figure out where I want to put my wheel of recruitment. Probably right out here somewhere. But I don't want to block this particular pathway. So one of the reasons why the stable is there is I can just take a horse out, run right down here, and that means I can do that long desert run out there along the back side of this ridge all the way up to the highlands and to the Mounds of the Dead. And so I don't really want to block access to this particular slope here. If I put it too close here, you know, the horses have to basically jump off. I guess I could put it right in this nook here. That would make sense. Apparently he appeared inside. Well, let's see, what did he got? Carpenter 2. No thanks. Alright, so now I think I'm going to start putting in some of the crafting stations, and I got to figure out where I want. So logic would say I should put things like smelters and so on away from the place where people live. I guess I could put a furnace right there, and then just start running. But I also really want the blacksmith station and so on next to the furnace. And the way all of the Grandmaster blacksmith and armor stations are designed, they're all designed to go into a corner. And I kind of want them all together. So if I put the blacksmith station there, armorer station there, I guess I could put the smelting over here. Alright. So, let's see what I need to get. As far as material goes, let's start with, do I want the campaign? I think I usually do garrison. Yeah, it's a little more open too. So I need 200 hardened brick, 100 insulated wood, 100 steel reinforcement, and 100 thick leather. Alright, let's pop it there like I usually do, even though I'm not actually doing it. Let's see. Alright. That was 200 hardened brick. Is it 100 steel reinforcement? Now I've forgotten already if it was insulated wood. It was 100 insulated wood and 100 thick leather. And I'm over encumbered. And I don't have enough room left here without taking something off. You know what? Put all that right there. Alright, now here comes the toughest part, is getting this to line up without going outside the fence. Oh, well, that was a big... Alright, so I'm going out on that side. I think that's pretty close. Not too bad. Alright. Now... Armorer. Campaign armor... Campaign armor. Where's the garrison armor? Garrison armor. There we go. Alright, so again, 200 hardened brick, 100, it's exactly the same. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put it basically right there. Alright, we got 200 hardened brick, 100 insulated wood, 100 steel reinforcement. I may have shorted myself on steel reinforcement. And 100 thick leather. that's just about perfect. Close enough. All right, cool. All right, so then if I'm gonna put a furnace over here, I'm gonna go with one of the heat-efficient furnaces. 300 hardened brick, 100 steel reinforcement, and 100 stone consolidant. Violating my own principles. Oh, that's really big. And it won't block the doorway, but just. I think I gave the stone consolidant, yes. And I'm guessing this is definitely going to put me over encumbered. No? Wow. And it was 100 steel reinforcement, yes? Let me check. Oh. Yes, it was. I had everything on me. Dummy. Alright, let's see. Align it. Alright, how am I doing? Oh, it's backed way... Well, you know what? It's backed into that. Yeah, I still don't want it there. I don't want it to be completely encased in something. It can be touching, that's fine, but having it all the way back in there, you know, that's a problem. Okay. So what do I want to put? Oh, I need the other regular, or the improved armorer's bench as well. And that's what I needed. So 200 stone, 100 wood, and 25 twine. I didn't bring any just plain old wood, I don't think. Not that that's a problem. Which means I need to swap that out and head downstairs. Plenty of trees down there. I think that was just 100, correct? Which I've already reached. Jaguar respawned, and I forgot to shut the door. Oh well. Let's see, what was that? That was 200 stone and 25 twine in addition to what I've got. All right. You definitely have stone. And Bab definitely has... I need to do that. Twine. And I need a whopping 25. Why do I have a skull on me? Must have gotten a skull from wherever we went adventuring to get me to level 57. Assuming that's a sorcerer's skull. It might be a weathered skull. You know what? Can I bring it out as close as I can to the edge of this. Leave space down there for a chest. Oh, nice. Pretty good alignment. Alright, I like that. So I've got the armory, the smithy, the furnace. So let's see. Of the things that could orient along here, I guess I should probably put in things that don't take up a ton of space out toward me, and that would be like an artisan table. Assuming I brought enough stuff for those as well. I do. Because that's just wood. Alright, cool, cool. Let's see. Here, you know, I think it would make sense to put in either the Argosian or the Turanian. I don't think I have the Turanian anywhere. Well placed. Let's see. What else? The improved dismantling bench. 150 brick and 100 insulated wood. Brick. Who did I give the brick to? Not Bav. And 100 insulated wood. Pretty good. All right. So now I think I can start putting in. If I put the tannery, I can put one of the carpentry things down in this corner. All right. Let's go tannery. Now I could do plant-based or precision. Well, let's see what each looks like. Plant-based is... When it comes to the benefits of what either gives you, I don't really know. Oh yeah, precision all the way. Ooh, interesting. Let's try not to fall through the floor there. Whatever that was all about. Alright, 200 hardened, 150 insulated, 50 steel, and I've got all the hardened leather I need. Alright. Is that just the wind through the palm leaves? Why does it sound like water? There should absolutely not be any water sound up here. Must be the wind through the palm leaves. Yeah, there's that weird glitch again. Oh, I needed 150 insulated wood. Dang it. Alright, now let's try that again. After I get so nicely aligned too. Oh well. Alright, that's pretty good. So tannery. Carpentry, I guess? Let's see. So if I do the precision, that's the long, skinny one here. And I can run down into that corner and leave the corner open for other things. Or I could do the trade, which is a corner piece, which would fill this corner up nicely. and leave all of that space there for other things. I think I'm going to do that. 200, 300 insulated wood, 50 steel reinforcement, and 200 twine. I might be short on twine. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so we'll take that 100, and we'll take another 100. $300 insulated wood. Gee. I think it was 50. And I'm almost positive I do not have... Oh, so close. Do I have... I don't have enough plant fiber to make up just those 3. I've got to go harvest like 1 plant. Dude, what are the odds the jaguars respawn? You out here, jaguar? Anywhere? Anywhere? Yeah? No? Alright. I need to find some plants. There we go. And I need to change... well, that wasn't the one I wanted to change, but that'll work. Now I'm definitely over encumbered. Let's see, did I take everything off of view for one space? I did. Alright, what don't I need right now? I don't need those. Alright, let's head back up here. Shut the door before something comes along. I need to make a whopping 3, so I'll make 10. Alright. And I need to put my construction hammer back in a usable slot. Wow. Things falling through the foundations is a little concerning. Oh. Ooh. I think that's just about perfect. Alright, I have all the alchemy and sorcery stuff to go. I have all of the general stuff and the alchemy stuff like the grindstone, like the drying racks, and things like that. I got, as you can see, I still have tons and tons of space here. You know, oh, I need that's what's going to go in this big space here, the improved tanner's table. All right, you know what? If I have enough stuff to do it, that's the last thing I'll do. Because we're already at 34 minutes here. And, you know, 34 plus minutes of you watching me make stuff. Oh, did I bring any iron bars? I only need 30 shaped wood. Let's see. All right. Okay. Come on, to have iron bars. No. Come on, Kuroakama. Yes. Yes. All right. What do I need? I need 30 shaped wood. No. 30. And I already forgot how many iron bars, so I'm just going to grab the lot. Oh, I'm guessing it's getting dark. Well, I guess that's a really good time to cut it. Let's see. What are the odds that put it right up to... Not even close. Alright, in that case, we'll just do it this way. There we go. Alright, I don't really have much in the way of lighting out here. And as it's getting dark, What I will do is I will call this a video. And the next one, this will all be filled out, and then I'll figure out, what I'm going to be doing from there, so you can take a look at, what the base looks like when it's all filled out with all the crafting stuff. I've moved, which will take forever, all of my crafters up here, and the base will be all set. But with that said, thank you for joining me. Before I do the full wrap-up, let me say, by the time you see this, I will have already been one day into Nerd Caliber's residency at PAX East 2025 here in Boston, where we are going to be the very first official cosplay photography and video partners for PAX East. I will have my studio set up. In case you don't know me from my very first intro, I'm a cosplay photographer and co-owner of the website and YouTube channel Nerd Caliber. I will be in room 106 with my studio set up. If you're there to check out Funcom's new Dune Awakening stuff, because Funcom will be there, or just because you like PAX East, whether you're in cosplay or not, swing by room 106 and say hi. If you are in cosplay, I'll get your photos. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys at PAX East. And if you come there because of these videos, say, hey, I saw your Conan Exiles videos. So that being said, in the meantime, stay safe, be well, and bye-bye.